Welcome back to HSFit Fit Pilates. I've got a set of 5-pound dumbbells I'll be using throughout the workout. They're optional though, and if you don't have them, that's fine. You can do the workout without it. We are going to get started with arm exercises today. So let's place our feet on the wall, hip distance apart, and then the dumbbells will be on either side of you. And I'm going to show you 3 ways you can do this. So palms will be facing away from you. We're going to go up into a bridge, and then you're going to press your arms up towards the ceiling and lower down. Now to make this harder, you can also drop the hips as you do that. Or if you don't feel ready for this with your feet on the wall, you can simply keep your feet on the ground for the arm exercises. So let's press up and down for 10. So lifting up towards the ceiling and lower down. Now with the breath, we try to inhale as you lower and exhale, press up. I'll be doing all the arm exercises just staying up in a bridge like this, but you can always choose whichever variation you like. And last one. Good, okay, we'll come down in between. Next, let's rotate our palms inward. You're gonna bridge back up, so press through those feet. Now straighten your arms up towards the ceiling and lower back down. Let's go for 10. So press up towards the ceiling and lower. So this is working the back of our arms, and then those glutes and even the core is working to help keep us lifted in this bridged position. 3, we want to fully straighten the arm here. 2, and last one. Good, come on down. From here, we're going to go into a chest fly. So the palms are going to stay in towards you. Let's bridge up. You're going to lower the arms like you're around a beach ball and then bring them back together. Let's begin. So let's lower those arms controlled and then bring them back in. We still have that nice rounded position, so those elbows are bent as we bring them up. And as we do this more, you might be feeling it more into the glutes as they get tired. Remember, you can always put your feet on the ground if you need to. And if you're starting to feel this in your low back, you can always try to tip your pelvis so that those hip bones come closer towards the ribs, and that should help you feel less strain in the low back. We've got 3 more here. And 2. Last one. Okay, bring those hips down, and you can bring the arms down to rest. We have just one more arm exercise here, and we're going to focus on the back of the arms again. So let's bridge up. Palms are facing in. You're going to lower by your face and come back up. So it should be on either side of your head. Be very careful as you're lowering and lifting here. So let's go for 10. So nice and controlled. Lower and lift. Now, if you feel you can't do it controlled, you can always set the weights down and just squeeze those arms when you're fully straight. That will still help get a nice contraction for the back of the arms. Make sure you're staying lifted. As we get tired, those hips might want to sink. So let's go for 4 and 3, 2, last one. Great job. Okay, let's set the dumbbells down and we can put our hips down. Now we're going to go into some leg work, and you're going to grab just one dumbbell and place it right around your hip bone area. We're adding that weight to make a new challenge for bridging. So you're gonna bridge up, holding onto the dumbbell. You're gonna drop your hips and come back up. Now, if holding the weight is a struggle, I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground for bridging. Let's begin. Drop the hips and lift. So each time we're trying to just hover over the ground and then press back up. So those glutes are really working, driving through those feet and then contracting those glutes at the top. And same breath pattern for all these. We inhale as we lower, exhale as we press up. We've got 2 more. And last one. Okay, great. Let's come to the ground. Just take a few breaths here. Now we're gonna work on the calves. So same foot position. We're gonna bridge up. And then we're just gonna lift those heels. So feel that contraction through the calves. Let's begin. So lift the heels and lower. We're trying to keep a quick pace here that helps you get the most out of a workout in a short amount of time. Lifting for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Okay, let's come down. You may find that in between you need to scoot a little closer towards the wall, and that's totally fine. Now we're going to turn our toes away. So they're going to be turned out and looking like a V. We're gonna bridge up here and then we're gonna drop the hips and come back up, and we'll do this for 10. So lower those hips and then bring them back up, each time trying to squeeze those glutes as you lift back up. This works more on the outside of the glutes because we're working to keep that turned out position of the hip. We've got 4 more. And 3, 2, last one, stay up and then lift those heels for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, good, stay lifted, 2, last one, and we'll come down. Great job. Take a few moments to rest here. You can scoot closer if you need to. The next exercise is single leg. So we're gonna bridge back up, bring one leg to tabletop, you're gonna extend the leg and bring it back to tabletop. Your choice if you wanna have it on the ground or on the wall. Let's begin. So straighten that leg out and bring it back in for 2 and 3. So this weight is actually a good way to show, am I keeping my pelvis level or is it dropping on one side? Okay, going for 3 and 2. Last one. Great, put that foot down. Let's go the other side. So now extending the other leg out and bring it back to tabletop. So trying to feel length through that foot. You might have to raise the foot a little higher than you normally would if you're doing it on the wall, and that's okay. Try to stay lifted here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great, let's plant that foot down. Let's come down for a little break. We're gonna walk our feet out so they're wider than hip distance apart. Feet are parallel, so they look like an 11. We're gonna bridge back up. You're gonna drop the hips, come back up just like we did in the first one. So let's lower those hips, lift back up. Now we're doing this one again because when we shorten and lengthen a muscle, that is truly when we gain the most strength versus just holding and feeling a burn. So these ones are really important to include. So let's go for 3 and 2. Last one. Great, come back down. Now we're gonna turn those feet out again, but same thing, we wanna be keeping a wider stance here. So bridge back up, last glute exercise here. Lower and lift. Really squeeze those glutes as you come up. We're really trying to work that outer part of the glute here. Now, if you wanna repeat this routine again, you can always do it with a heavier weight, especially for the glutes. You might feel that your glutes are stronger than the arms, so you're welcome to change the weight next time. All right, last one. And come down. Let's set that weight aside. We're gonna do some arms and abs next. So we don't need the dumbbells. Scoot closer. Let's put the legs hip distance apart and arms are gonna be reaching overhead. We're gonna flex up. Arms come down by the hips and lower down, and we'll do this for 10. So flex up, bring the arms by the hips and lower. We're trying to do it nice and controlled and not using momentum with those arms to get us up. And for all of these, there'll be an exhale as you flex up and inhale lower. I mentioned the breath because some people really like those cues, but if it confuses you to try to keep the right breath, just try to breathe normally and focus on the form tips that I give you. We've got 5 more. You can use your feet to press into the wall to help feel like you can ground yourself and try to flex up more. Last one here. And lower back down. Next, we're going to flex up. You're going to stay up as you bend the elbows and then straighten them. As you straighten, really squeeze those triceps, so this is going to hit the back of the arms again. So let's begin. So straighten the arms and then bend them back in. If you find this bothers your neck, you can always come down in between each rep. So this is pulling from an exercise that we do on the reformer. And ab-wise, we're just trying to stay up and lifted. So this is a little isometric exercise working on the muscular endurance of the abs. We've got 2 more here. And last one. Great, okay, let's bring that head down. Now those arms are gonna go overhead again. We're gonna slightly separate the legs. One hand is on top of the other. You're going to flex up and hold for 1, 2, 3, and lower down. So let's begin. We're gonna flex up and hold for 1, 2, 3, and lower down. Now, if you're feeling strain in your neck, you can always hold your head in your hands if you need to and do the 3-second hold. This is also one we do on the reformer. So if you had resistance bands at home, you could always make it a weighted ab exercise. So putting the straps or bands in a door frame and then turning away and then pulling that resistance in between the legs. Great, we've got 5 left. Try to stay up and lifted that entire time for that 3-second holds. Great, let's lower the head. Now with the arms overhead again, you're gonna bring one hand to the opposite knee and then the other hand to the opposite knee. Another option would be to have your hands holding your head and then alternating back and forth like that. Let's begin. So flexing up, reaching that opposite knee and then coming back. And the other one. We'll go 5 on each side. So all these flexing up exercises really work the front of the abs. And then when we do a little twist like this, that helps work obliques as well. We've got 2 more here. And last one. Great, okay. So let's move on. We have 1 exercise left. We are going to come into either a kneeling position, or you could stand for this if kneeling is uncomfortable. We're gonna place our hands slightly below shoulder height. You're gonna bring yourself closer towards the wall and then extend the arms. So another back of the arm exercise. Make sure those elbows are pointed down towards the ground. You're gonna come closer towards the wall and press back up. And just like any push-up, we try to inhale as we come closer towards the wall or for the floor, and then exhale as you push away as that harder part, the contraction of the tricep and chest there. We've got 5 more. Now be careful here to not just bring your body towards the wall. We really want to be bending those elbows and then straightening those arms. That's how you're coming closer and away from the wall. Great, okay, one last one in the same position. We are going to keep those elbows pointed down. You're going to bend the elbows to bring your body closer, and you're gonna hold for 1, 2, 3, and press back up, and we'll do that for 10. Let's begin. So bend the elbows and hold for 1, 2, 3, press back up. And again, lower for 1, 2, 3, and come back up. Now it's important to keep those elbows pointed down for this because that will give us more of that tricep or back of the arm contraction versus if we keep those elbows flared out. Good, we'll go back for 3. Back up, and 2, press up, and then last one. Good, and then press back up. All right, we'll just do a quick stretch from here so you can sit on your legs or you can have your legs extended. We're gonna go to one side, so bring one arm overhead, and then we'll just do a side bend here. So we'll just hold for a few breaths. This would be a great routine to repeat. You can do the same weight if you struggled, or go up in weight if you feel like you can handle it. So let's go to the other side, and then now reaching that other arm overhead and doing a nice side bend here. You could always do this video muted if you don't like all the talking. I know everyone's different in that, but I do like to give form tips so you get the most out of the movement. All right, let's raise our arms up overhead, and then we're gonna stretch. So reaching up, extending the spine. This will help get a nice stretch into the abs. Good, arms can come down. Let's bring one arm over the other. You can hook it with the other arm, and that should help you deepen that stretch into the shoulder. All right, let's switch arms. So now bring the other arm across and then hook it with the opposite arm, and then we'll hold here. All right, and you can bring your arm down. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this workout. I will link some videos I think would be great to add if you want to for this, and I'll see you next time.